Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to another edition of Straight Talk. I am Mike G, your life coach, brought to you by Source Energy Consulting Firm at sourceenergy.com. And as always, we are here to empower you, give you the tools and skills to develop the type of relationships that you want to see in your life. How you guys doing today? Good. I'm doing great. I can't complain. I got asked a pretty unique question yesterday. Actually, I get this question a lot. Not as often as others, but this is a pretty big one. How to find the one. How do you know when you found the one? This is a very tricky thing. Trust is tricky. You need certain things in order to feel comfortable about trusting someone to be the one. I see a lot of people on dating sites, and the things that they list that they're looking for, the type of person that they're attracted to, is always dealing with what? And the key to finding the one is more about how. Not what, but how. Because technically, what you did in your last relationship, go to dinner, grab drinks, catch a movie, make love, visit friends, go see family, take a bike ride, go skating, shoot a little pool. All of those things are what? And you get into doing the what with everybody. So to say what your interests are is not painting a clear picture, because what you do, not that it doesn't matter as much as how you do it. Because obviously if you were in a relationship with someone prior to, you did a lot of these very same things, and yet you weren't very happy. So when I see people looking for the one, and they're listing their list of interests and, talking a little bit about themselves and what they like, no one really takes time to describe how. And that is the magic part. You need to be able to do things in a certain way in order for us to say that we found the one. If I hold your hand in a way that you don't like me holding your hand, well, then your description says you like holding hands. Yeah, okay, but I don't like the way you hold my hand, so now all of a sudden you don't like it. You said you liked this. You said this is something that was one of your interests, and yet you don't seem very interested in it at all. And it's because it's not the what, it's the how. So finding the one, it has a lot to do with that. It has a lot to do with how things are done. So if I were going to go into the world and look for the one, I know that there are certain attributes that I need my mate, my lady, to have in order to be able to build the type of future that I want to build. So yes, it's important to know what a person's capabilities are and what their intention is. But that changes too. Intention changes all the time. I think it's really, finding the one is really about how things are done. And are you feeling like you're in a place where being you is celebrated? And that's rare today. It's rare to find someone to love who celebrates you, who believes in you and your efforts and the things that you do on a consistent basis. Something that they want to see that's beautiful in you being you. It's not necessarily, I'm looking for a travel partner. There are a lot of people that are capable of traveling that you'd never travel with, right? So then that's not it. I love hiking. Well, there's a lot of people that go hiking all the time that you would never want to go hiking with, right? Oh, I love dining out. Same scenario. Cooking, same scenario. So it's not the what, it's the how. And I'm sure that you have some kind of vision in your mind when you're writing these things down, and you're saying, oh, I really want someone to be able to go golfing with. But you have a vision in your mind. You have a way that's happening. You know what's going on. You can feel the way it's moving. Well, I think finding the one is really all about finding someone who is willing to build something with you. You don't find a great relationship, you create one. But you do that because both parties involved are looking to create a relationship. It's not going to work otherwise. I was living in Florida for a while, and I moved back to northeastern Pennsylvania. Well, when I was making the move here, I was trying to decide where I wanted to live. How I wanted my home to function. How did I want my place to work? And then I thought about what kind of commitment that I want to be able to make to wherever I was going to live. And I knew I didn't want to cut grass. I didn't want to tend to bushes. I didn't want to shovel snow, rake leaves. I didn't want to fix things that were broken. So I actually wanted to rent an apartment, not a house. And I've had people who say to me, for the amount of money that you pay in rent, you could rent a house. You'd have a whole house with a basement and a yard and, all of those things. And I'm like, yeah, I probably could. But at that time, I was not interested in dealing with those kind of things. And now I bought an old home, and I'm looking to renovate it and move in very, very shortly. But I'm looking forward to cutting the grass, trimming the hedges, removing the snow. I'm looking forward to that now, whereas before I was not even considering that. So if I had been in a relationship with someone who was looking to build a house, yet I wasn't, then one of us would have been waiting, and then the other one would have been agitated. So the one that's waiting is holding on and waiting for things to change. And me, not wanting things to change, would have been agitated because I knew she would be expecting change. So finding the one is a lot like that. I think the only thing you need, honestly, when you are looking for the one, is someone who believes in moving in the direction that you do. I think that's the only thing you need. Because as long as you have that, with today's technology, you can have anything else. If you want to be skinny, you could just, pay for a surgery and be skinny. If you want to have larger boobs, you can take care of that and you'll have larger boobs. There's nothing scientifically, physically, that can't be altered or changed or created. So when you talk about, I don't think they can make people taller, at least not yet. So, and I had a little bit of trouble with that because, I'm only 5'8", so I'm not very tall. But I'm good. Don't worry about it. I won't be crying about it. So as I was saying, finding the one is really about finding someone who is actually willing to build something with you. If you find someone with that attitude, in my opinion, there's really nothing that you can't do. You have everything necessary to do anything that you want. So for those guys who only like a certain physical body type, that's ridiculous. Obviously, you're the type of person who is not interested in building something, because it doesn't matter what her body type is. If together you guys are working together, you can build any body type you choose. So it doesn't really have anything to do with physical. It's the mental side of it. If you're with someone who is, a bit of a knucklehead, he's always ripping and running, and he's never in one place very long. But if he's willing to build a relationship, that won't matter, because as long as everybody's willing to move forward in the direction that you both see, in the direction that you both feel, then there's really nothing that you can't do. So, how do you know that you don't have the one? Ask them, where do you see yourself in 5 years? What's your plan? If they say they don't have one, tell them your plan. And see if they're interested in doing that. See if that's something that motivates them. If it does, don't worry about how they look. If you really want to find the one, unless, of course, you say, well, I just want to find a handsome prince and live happily ever after. And that's certainly doable and your choice. However, you're missing a big chunk, a big piece of the foundation of a relationship. Should come not just a physical attraction, but a mental one. Those are the ones that last the longest. To be in love with someone's mind means you'll be in love with them forever. So I would start there. I would suggest when finding the one that you're looking for a certain mindset. Someone who feels the way you feel about the future and is willing to work with you doing whatever it is that you need to do. So give that a try and see how it goes. But definitely leave me some feedback. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And you can reach me with emails at mikeg@live.com. And let's see if there's something else I can't answer for you. All right, thanks.